Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on Jasmy. Wanted to do a full update. There's some things we need to talk about. I just heard about that the delisting vote from Binance has ended. So that might have an effect on the price of Jasmy as well, because right now, I mean, I still remember the last vote to delist. And a huge amount of projects were delisted, and it wasn't necessarily the ones that were voted the highest. So I'm grabbing the data right here. Yeah, I have it to my left. But Jasmy, I think, finished third with 8.6% voting to delist it. I think that's a little bit ridiculous, but that I mean, there is a possibility that Jasmy gets delisted. If we judge it based on how Binance handled the last vote to delist. Do I think it's going to be delisted? No, I don't think so. I think Jasmy is too much of a serious project for Binance to delist it. Now, like I said, am I completely sure? No. I mean, Binance makes some very strange decisions in the past, and so yeah, we cannot be certain, but for the reasons that Jasmy is very big, it brings in a lot of volume. They have ties to DWF Labs, which also has ties with Binance. So therefore, I'd say Jasmy is not going to get delisted. But still, it's risky. All right. Now, first of all, to go back to Jasmy in my last video, I hate to do this, but I told you so. All right. I got a lot of hate from people in the comments when the price went up to 1.7, 1.75. For saying that short, in my opinion, was the best direction. But I think in the end, in hindsight, the shorting was the right direction. We hit a massive resistance level. And since then, and this is purely technically, right? So I'll try to incorporate potentials here for delisting into the price. But purely technically, after hitting that main resistance level there and also getting a bit of a bearish divergence, with the price spiking higher, but RSI and volume both going lower. That's one of the strongest divergences there is. We dropped down, found some support here at 1.5. That was also expected, and then it was expected that we would fall back down into the value area here between let's say 1.5, and then this main support level right here at 1.3, 1.25. We dropped down into that value area. We have so far respected that. So even though, look, you should know, Jasmy is one of the most notorious coins when it comes to liquidating shorts, and I'm not certain if shorts are being opened right now in Jasmy, but I would assume so. The technicals are quite bearish. Well, I mean, yeah, we had some shorts being opened right here, but that was overnight. So those shorts might get liquidated. They might even be forced out already because we actually had a bit of a move up here. So that's a possibility. Yeah, I mean, position here. Yeah, I think shorts have been forced out already. So yeah, you should be prepared for short squeezes, spikes up. But given the fact that the market is quite stable, but Jasmy is underperforming the markets, momentum is still dropping down, both when we look at open interest, but also when we look at volume. I would say the bottom for Jasmy is getting close, unless it gets delisted. If it gets delisted, that's super bearish. But I think technically the bottom is getting closer towards the 30-day VWAP. Into the previous month BOC at 1.25 cents. A lot of liquidity there, by the way. So I'm not too bearish on Jasmy, but I think for now it is still most likely that even though a short squeeze up is a possibility, but that we will still drop down lower. And then from there, we'll see whether we can rally again. I'd say there's a good possibility of that, but obviously that also slightly depends on the delisting, etc. And at this point of time, I would say, is there a possibility to rally if Jasmy does not get delisted, similar to what we did right here? I'd say the answer is yes. But that, I mean, I believe the last time Binance after the vote ended also took quite a lot of time before doing that, so I don't expect that imminently either. Those are my thoughts. I think that's everything you need to know. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.